So I don't even know if it's still happening, but for a while there, essentially throughout the entirety of January, all sorts of memes were out there essentially saying 2021 has not started yet. It is currently December 43rd, right? Or 49th, or, whatever, because things continue to just, as we all knew, the changing of the year did not actually make anything really go away. So, yeah, there's that. That actually does have something to do with the bar that Georgia May is making today for her landscape design. But before I tell you all about it, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and you are here for day 323 of 365 days of soap, and today is the Soaprentice's turn at a landscape soap. And again, the December 49th, December 74th thing actually was her focus in designing her landscape soap. So this idea of it still being 2020 and all of the things, yes. So she's making a sort of snowman-esque soap that you would typically probably see in the month of December, but she's also putting some cool green into it because the changing of the season, we get more snow in February. If we ever get snow, it's almost always in February up here in the Pacific Northwest. So snow makes sense, but also lots of green grass because things are trying to grow as well. All the things, yes. So let's go to the video and watch the Soaprentice in action and look at all of her cool landscape design skills for her Amy Warden Soap Challenge thing. December 73rd. Yeah, so here's the thing. I don't actually know if December 73rd is right at this exact moment. I didn't do the math. I just, assigned a new random number for that title because Georgia May is making her landscape soap. And so she's showing you the embeds that she's putting in, made with cold process and or soap dough, which is also made out of cold process. And she is modeling this after the idea of 2020 doesn't end until the world starts making sense again, right? And so December 73rd. And she is making her landscape to look like a winter / spring scene, right? Like both. It fades from, winter fades into spring. And so you have, green grass and dirty, snow and maybe a snowman. Because in February is actually when we get the most snow up here. It doesn't always happen, but when it does, it's pretty big and significant, and it will like close down the cities for a while. Yes, that for sure. And yeah, so she is doing her whole pour using, I'm wondering why I left that in. That was very weird. I usually cut that bit out of us cleaning all of the soap off of the blade because Georgia May is really good and she disconnects the handle or the stick. And I have a quick disconnect for the actual power to it when I do it, but it's still a little bit triggering. It's like when you put your hand in the garbage disposal to get like a spoon or something out, and it's off, but you still see a horror movie in your head where it's randomly just going to start spinning and chop all your fingers off. It's still that, and so it's kind of triggering, so I usually just take it out of the videos. Didn't do it that time. Super weird. But yeah, so with this, she is going to be doing a snowman and a winter-esque spring scene thing. And the white things that she showed you earlier are, it's melt and pour that she just chopped up, really, you know, she diced, that she'll be putting in the main base for the blue to be like snow falling, right? So this is the plan for all of that. And yeah, we are, well, I don't know about you, but I am very much ready to see how this awesome landscape pour of December 73rd goes, really. It's not December 73rd. Is that right? What is today? It's not really right. It's close though. I feel like it's close. That's funny. I should have, now I'm thinking maybe I should just go back and change it, like actually do the math. Like what would today be if it was still 2020? Like December 79th? Maybe it's December 73rd. I don't know. I'm going to stop talking now and we're going to go check her out, her pour, and you know, she can show us her awesome landscape skills. But oh no, you put that in already and it's going to rice. Oh God. No, there it is. It's ricing. Okay. Okay, now on to the pour, and she did notice that it got super thick and started ricing in the time that it took her to go get the mold, which was literally right next to her. So that's how fast this stuff thickens up, this teak bamboo. This is the teak bamboo from Lone Star, by the way. And God, I wish I don't know. Okay, so she's gonna put it on an angle so it can do its thing. Yep, love it. While she mixes up her next section. Very cool. Love that. Yeah, I don't know. I wish I had better things to say about the Lone Star scent blends. Like I really do. I really, really do. This was surprising to me because there are a number of companies out there, like I think Maple Street is another example. Ooh, I should do a Maple Street. I should do a month of Maple Street for sure. I think Maple Street is another example of that. They don't really have soaping notes and those sorts of things on their website that I remember, but they at least have like vanillin content. They have those sorts of things, and they still make good sense that if it says it's good for soap, it actually is good for soap. And I didn't assume that we would have so many problems with the Lone Star scents. I mean, I assumed we'd have one or two that, you know, did something with it, but so far, I think like the Burberry Brit was the only one that has been decent, right? I'm thinking so. I don't know. I don't remember. So, but I do know that we've had a lot of problems. This has been up to this point with the Amy Warden soap challenges, coupled with brand new scents, which again is not something that you really should do. Like that's her very first thing for all of her soap challenge intros. Biggest tip, work with a fragrance that you know and it won't accelerate or do weird things. And so we're not doing that because we're doing a twofer. We're doing the soap challenge revisit, and we're also reviewing scent companies that we never use. And this is interesting what she's doing here. This is interesting. All right, cool. That was pretty, just sort of dragging it across like that, sort of creating a very interesting something between the green and the white. This is all fascinating. I actually have my hot cocoa in front of me while I'm doing this. Like, I made a hot cocoa bomb, like an actual hot cocoa bomb, not a bath bomb. And I'm drinking my hot cocoa while I watch her make, yeah, that's unfortunate. It really is, but you know, also good to know. And so, I don't know. Have you ever wondered how companies actually get their soaping notes? Like with Brambleberry, you know the answer to that. Like you know the answer to that 100%. They tested them, right? And what's another example of Nurture soap? You know they tested them. Like they personally made the soap, tested the fragrance, did the thing, so they had the soaping notes, which is awesome because that's actually a lot of extra work. but that's information that soapers find very, very valuable. And so if you're trying to sell to both candle makers and soap makers, that's a good thing to do. But for other companies like Lone Star, for example, it's Lone Star Candle, right? Isn't that what it says in the thing? Soap is not even in their name at all. But this was a suggestion to do, and I'm like, okay, cool, I'll try the thing. And I wonder, I have to assume that they are there for candle people, not necessarily soap people. And so now I'm wondering, can I just like contact Lone Star and say, hey, send me all of your soap safe, whatever, in, you know, just like an ounce of each, and I can just do a 1 pound batch of all of them, right? And actually do proper testing notes for them. Like, I would like to do that at this point, just to get testing notes up on the website, so you have, you know, things for other soapers when they don't have to experience this. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter, because soap is still soap and it's great and it's whatever. But the frustration when you're trying to produce something, you put all this time and effort and thought into this, and then the fragrance oil is what causes everything to go sideways. Yeah, that's not fun. If you had known that, you wouldn't have used this fragrance oil for this particular whatever. See, I really do wonder. I wonder how they do that and make their decisions and whatever. And I'm also fascinated by Georgia May's, all of her moving and all of the, okay, what? Oh God, and that got thick too. That was just, I mean, she did use the Big Bubble blend for this, and the Big Bubble blend just gets thick fast anyway because it has a lot of solid oils. And I use that for all of mine too, because I did want it to set up very, very quickly. And she's actually about 25 minutes into this pour, just doing that bottom section. And she opted, instead of, like, you know, I did for my landscape, I did my 3 different sections for my little house thingies, right? 3 different pours, and she's doing it all in one batch. And so this is why I opted to do it the other way for this landscape, whereas normally I do it exactly this way. I just make it work and figure it out as it, because look, it loosened up nicely once she put in the micas that have been dispersed in oils, and so the batter's loosening up again, so she'll still be able to work with it. It's great. But normally I do it like this. I do it with 1 pot. But this would be the reason why you wouldn't want to, because you're working with overly thick batter while you are waiting for the batter in the mold to set up to the appropriate level to pull a tool through, or to pour another layer on, or all of the things. And so that can get kind of stressful, you know? And so what's gonna go in? I assume that round thing is like a moon, right? Or a sun. A moon sun, both. And she's gonna put her little snowman in first into the snow, which makes sense, into the white portion for sure. Oh, the head fell off. What are we gonna do to fix that? Oh, she's gonna take a little rubbing alcohol, get it on her finger, and smoosh them back together. There you go. She's a professional. It works. Well done, Georgia May. And so snowman in next, and then some blue, I would imagine. Although, do you think she's gonna put, knowing that it's thick like this already, and that the fragrance did weird things? All right, we're gonna do it. This is what I was wondering. Are we gonna put that in now or later? And we're gonna do it now. Gosh, that's delicious hot cocoa. I love that I'm drinking cocoa while doing this. It feels all Christmassy and wonderful. And that's cool, because Christmas is the best time of the year. December rocks. But you know, also for February, this totally works as a February bar too, because again, the aforementioned snow. Everywhere in the country gets lots of snow during February, right? I mean, probably not the southern states, although they still get snow. That's a thing. Just probably as infrequently as we get snow up here. But yeah, look, and you can't even tell that it's ricing in this one because she has all the clumps from the melt and pour. So if I were doing this, it would make me feel better. Like, oh no, I created those clumps. It's not the fragrance, it's fine. Everything's fine. And yeah, this is gonna be her biggest problem, is making sure that this kind of thick soap batter, gets into the cracks and crevices around those snowmen, so she doesn't have a lot of cleanup at the end. And it's a legit concern at this point. And for that, I might have actually just poured some of the blue in and then just sort of shoved the snowmen into that if I were doing this. But since the snowmen are made out of 3 different pieces of soap dough, and you saw how easily one piece kind of came off, that might not be the best idea. That's probably what I would have done though, just to avoid the other potential whatever. But we all soap different, which is the cool thing about the soap making world in general. Just some people find one method very, very easy and awesome, and I happen to not like that method at all. And that doesn't mean they're wrong or I'm right wrong and they're right, whatever. We just all have different methods in approaching the soaping world, actually, really. Now, yeah, that got so thick. All right, we're gonna push it down and she's gonna bang the crap out of it, I am certain. And then go from there and, you know, see if she does anything pretty with the top or if she's just had it at this point. Yeah, no, seriously, what we did to ourselves in February, we actually had some reasonably complicated challenges that we selected for the Amy Warden Soap Challenge for the month of February, and also experiencing problems with the fragrance oils. It's been rough. Like, it's been legitimately rough. And so, like, at the end of these pours, like all of these pours that we've been doing for the soap challenge specifically, both of us walk away from that and go, I'm going to go make Hello Gorgeous. I'm going to go make the Tyler Durden. I'm going to go make For Your Skin Only. I'm going to go make the beer soaps. We're like fighting for who gets to make all the rest of the soap that we have to for like our stock, for like, you know, everything else that we sell, just because we know that that stuff will be beautiful and perform perfectly, and the pour will be delightful, and there's no real stressing. And so that's been our February. The soap challenges have been fun, but complicated, and also doubly complicated because of these problems with the scent blends. But it's all a thing, and we're showing it to you, so you get to experience the chaos with us. Aren't you super glad about that? Like, oh, of course Georgia May is going to top it with something. She can't not. And so she's going to put some cute little sparkle on the top. And I think that's like Sparkle Me Plenty from Mad Micah. I think that's what that one is. And yep, this will go into the oven for C-Pop and gel. No worry about anything inside melting because it's all cold process for all of her embeds. And we will check this cutout, you know, tomorrow and see what we have for that. And of course, I mean, do that. That's good too. Textured tops. They're my favorite. They're my absolute favorite. We should do a textured top challenge. Do they have one of those, Amy Warden? Oh, I love textured tops. Auntie Clara does some really cool textured tops. Can you tell that I'm obsessed with Auntie Clara? That looks good. That looks exciting. And I cannot wait to see what Georgia May does with that. So let's go check that out right now. Okay, and day 2 and on to the cut, and there is weird discoloration stuff kind of going on there, but overall the bar looks really good as far as, you know, it's formed and smooth and all of the jazz, and kind of an effort to get through all of those embeds, but she made it work. And let's see what we have for Georgia May's landscape soap. This is very exciting. Oh, isn't that just the cutest? I love that. That is adorable. Look at those perfect little snowmen. That's super cute. Yeah. That is just adorable for sure. See, that's a nice landscape right there. The cool thing about a landscape technique is that there's really no right way to do it, right? And so you can use a whole bunch of sculpting tools. You can use embeds. You can do none of those things. I don't know. Like, you can literally do it however your brain, whatever your brain creates. And that's awesome. I love that, and the individuality of it. And you've created, I mean, because the whole last point is you've created a picture, right? And look, you created a picture. There's a scene. And I think it is a super cute scene. And even the weird discoloration that's going on because of that teak bamboo, it still totally works because this is a December 73rd bar. And it's, you know, the change between winter and spring and all of the things that are, you know, like, again, you get like dirty snow during this time of the year because things start to thaw and you get mud and all the jazz and stuff starts to grow. But oh, then we get a giant snowstorm. And so things just get soggy and muddy and, you know, you have dirty snow. So I think that totally works. I love that. I think that's really awesome. And all of these bars are very, very cute. Yeah, that's just, it's just the cutest. It's, even with the weirdness floating through the air, it still totally works. And her melt and pour, obviously, that's not the weirdness. It's the other little like greeny bits from, well, the scent, really. But still a very cute bar. It actually added to the whole thing, I think. That definitely added to all of the stuff. And yeah, no, and the way that she did her green and her white swoop, that was super cute. I love that. That's such a good landscape job, our bar. Good job, Georgia May. That is well, she's gonna pick her favorites. Love that. Good thinking. All of your favorites, even though you can only really see the one. But you know, there you go. You're good. Yeah. That is day 323, Georgia May's attempt at a landscape soap for the Amy Warden Soap Challenge revisit. And it is very nice. Those were the cutest little snowmen in the world. She did such a good job with those. And those are definitely things that you can do within a landscape. Some people put in embeds, others don't. Some people decide that they want to do it just completely using sculpting tools and flipping the mold and all of the jazz. And others, you know, do it this way. Georgia May's landscape actually worked. And so that's cool. The thing that did not work though is that teak bamboo. She did not like working with that either, and it started to discolor. Smells great. It smells delightful, but it was not fun to work with in the soaping process, and it is discoloring an otherwise beautiful bar of soap. Not to any sort of crazy impact, right? It's still going to be the green and the white and the blue or whatever, because she was smart and didn't put it in the white. Yes, but that is not cool. I want to know if a scent is going to discolor or accelerate or rice before I start using it. And so for Lone Star, the scent was good, but it's not good for soaping. So there's that. If you are interested in either one of these landscape soaps, Georgia May's from today, mine from yesterday, for the Amy Warden Soap Challenge Landscape Challenge, you can totally find them at soapandclay.com for sure. If you would like to follow me on social media, I am there. I am on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So yeah, do that thing. Sure. If you want to see what else we come up with for all of the soapy fun, subscribe to the channel. That would be excellent. For those of you who are subscribed to the channel, hey, you're excellent. Thank you for being thus. I appreciate you. I am out of here for today. I appreciate you joining me for another round of 365 days of soap. I will see you guys all again tomorrow. Bye.